You alright?
I am, you.
I'm okay.
Yeah.
Over the last 3 days, I've been exploring the countryside of Thailand in the beautiful Kanchanaburi. On the last day, I'd organised an off-road experience and I ended up getting a little more than I'd bargained for.
This dude's fucking mental.
But I got in the car knowing full well that that was a possibility. It's crazy how many thoughts go through your mind in that moment. On the last day, I went off to do an off-roading experience, and I had no idea what I was in for. I didn't know if it was going to be like the slow rock climbing off-road, like difficult terrain, or if it was going to be more of a fast rally type thing, but I quickly found out. We headed to a quarry nearby and wasted no time getting right into it. I was having an awesome time. It did feel a little sketchy to me at times, but this is my first time off-roading. I knew the car had a roll bar, it had the race seats, and I was in a 4-point safety harness. So there was a level of safety to it. I wanted to get out of the car and watch from the outside for a bit to get some footage and also see how the truck was handling the terrain.
Dude's fucking mental.
Honestly, I thought I was just being a bit of a pussy, but the guy's an ex-racer, so I figured I'd be okay. We had ripped around the quarry for a while, done a few laps, and I was starting to relax and was enjoying the experience more. Well, I'm an ex-racer too. I used to race motocross at a pretty decent level, and I used to crash all the time, so I should have taken that into consideration. On the last lap around, coming into the final turn, as we entered, I knew the entry speed was too high, and I grabbed my harness in anticipation for what was about to happen.
Oh! You alright?
I am, you.
I'm okay.
Well, you know the irony? We were literally just about to leave. He's gonna kill me. Okay, you get up
glass
first.
everywhere.
What about the glass? You okay?
Yeah.
Okay, can you undo me?
See if I can get up through the top.
You alright? Yeah, I'm fine. I just need to get out. Good now.
Climb out through the top here. Fucking hell.
Wasn't even a big slide.
I could see it coming.
Did you see that one coming?
Yeah.
On that slide?
Yeah.
Normally before you go, the back end goes and you can start to wobble. I just literally went.
Okay. Man. Careful with the glass.
As I watch the footage back now, it's crazy how many thoughts go through your mind in that moment. I remember clearly thinking, it's okay, we're not going too fast, we're probably going to roll once, not going to be like one of those crazy rolls. I remember thinking, hold on to your harness, because that's what you're supposed to do in a crash. You don't want your hand flying out the window. But I also clearly remember thinking, don't let go of the camera, I have to capture this.
Well, that was wild. So we've come around here. Looks like the back's kind of dug in and done a full
roll.
Full roll and a little bit.
1.5.
1.5. Thankfully, with the harness, completely fine. The car, on the other hand,
And my missus.
And your missus?
This is footage you'll use.
oh yeah, it's footage I'll use. Thinking of the video title now.
The driver was great. He kept checking on me and making sure I was okay. I think he was more scared about having to call his missus and explain what happened.
You're going to go mental. I've rolled the car. You can freak out later. I'll sort it out.
While we were both okay, the car was totaled. Structurally, it was okay. The snorkel had broken the windscreen, and the radiator and front end was all smashed, but surprisingly, the car held up quite well. A few locals stopped by to check that we were okay. Once they saw we were fine, they were laughing and making fun of us. We provided the afternoon entertainment for a few of the farmers in the area. I was completely fine. I think he was a little more shaken up, but I got in the car knowing full well that that was a possibility. He knows my racing background, was probably trying to impress me or whatever, give me a memorable experience. Well, I had a memorable experience. We had a couple of guys come out that I believe were involved in the building of the truck. They came to help us get it upright and tow it out. Since the radiator was smashed and it had leaked out all the coolant, it was going to be undrivable.
Sawasdee krab. Drift, yes.
The most important thing was we were both okay. You know, the truck you can buy parts for or whatever, but had we not been in that truck with the roll bar and the seats and the safety harness, things could have been a lot worse. These guys were also having a laugh with us about it. This was obviously not their first time pulling an upside down truck up. All the locals and anyone passing by would come to check that we were okay and offer their assistance. Once the car was upright, we could get a better look at it and see that it had rolled across the front end, meaning that the roof took very little impact. I was quite surprised at how the structure of the cabin held up and that none of the side windows were broken. If it wasn't for the snorkel at the front, the windscreen would have likely been fine too.
Well, that was an adventure. Not quite sure what I was expecting this morning. We were going for a four-wheel drive, cruise around the quarry. I didn't expect it to be quite that fast. And then when it started to go, I actually knew it was coming. And the good thing is I grabbed onto the harness. We were both fine. Most important thing, we're both okay. The car's seen better days, but these are the risks you take with sports like this.
Needless to say, I didn't have to pay for this experience. The driver's been awesome. He keeps calling me, checking up on me. He actually offered to put me up for an extra night in Kanchanaburi if I didn't want to make the ride home back that afternoon. But I was fine. Honestly, I wasn't that shaken up by it. It was all good. That was a first for me and for him. So I got a great story out of it. Thankfully, no one was hurt, and really that's all that matters.